In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make the perfect adventure set for each adventure. So, here are some few things you need before you're making your set. So, before you're making your set, you want to determine how much you want to invest in the set. Let's say right now we are start wipe if you're watching this a bit late. So, I want to go over every set for every tier so you can use it in next wipe as well. So, for the chain set, you want basically just a regular chain set. I can see. Alright, it's better to visualize. Alright, so I don't have a perfect chain set because I sold mine after I was done, but we have a decent one laying around. So basically the most important thing you need is, if you want to go for elite bandits, which is probably the only reason why you want to grind chain adventure. It's for elite bandits. You want to get an axe with Boss Layer 2. So, first off, you need a Boss Layer 2 axe. Then you need Overload 2 or 3. I would say 2 because 3 is really expensive. Overload 2. Then you need Adrenaline Rush 2. You need Anti-Axe and Anti-Sword. Because that makes you take less damage. And you can basically put it on every piece. I don't have a perfect chain set, which is gonna make it a bit harder. But basically, you can get implants on helmet. You can get adrenaline rush on boots. Then you can get. Okay. I mean, to make it budget friendly, you can drop implants and get anti-sword or anti-axe instead if you don't want to invest in circuits. So either get anti-sword or anti-axe on helmet or implants, that's up to you. It depends on how much you want to spend. Then you want overload on the chestplate or pants. And the other piece you want either anti-sword or anti-axe, depends on which one you didn't take on the helmet. And for I would recommend to get anti-axe first, because axe does more damage to the sword, so it will make better sense to get that. And for the first adventure, I wouldn't put too much money in. I would just get a decent set, basically just like this one, where you get like adrenaline rush, you get overload, and maybe get a anti-axe or something like that. And then you will be working on your Boss Layer 2x while grinding to being available to buy the second adventure, because it's not that expensive early wipe and gives so much better loot. But that's basically what you need for PVE. PVE, you need Overload, Anti-Axe, Anti-Sword, implants if possible, and Adrenaline Rush. That are the most important chants. Then you can also, if you want to make a perfect set, you can put Deathbringer on and Enlightened and stuff like that. But another must-have for a PvE set is Angelic. We can just go over help enchants. See here. So Angelic, chance to heal over time after being damaged, which is really OP. Alright. So I didn't want to put too much time into chain that, because it's I mean it's pretty hard to really like talk about it, because you don't really need too much on your chain set. Basically just need Boss Layer and then Overload and Adrenaline Rush, and you should be Gucci, because even if you with Adrenaline Rush you can drop down to half HP and you can just run away, heal up, and do the same thing again. So that's why I like to have that. And then like anti-axe and anti-sword will help you tank a lot, which I really like. So that's basically it for PvE set. Now it's time for PvP sets. Alright, so for iron and diamond it will be the it will be the complete same set, because it's just the best way to make a god set. So, in my opinion, what you need will be, if you do realm, you can get two different sets, which is where if you can get either dwarf mining set, which gives you what is it, 12, 18, it's 22% less damaging. You can either buy iron or diamond. That's a lot. 22% chance. Sorry, 22% less damage taken. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh. Alright, is this a perfect set? Will this see? Okay, I mean, this is how your set will look at the beginning, because this is not an expensive set. This is what I would say a perfect iron, if you go for diamond set, would look like. I would just go for that. This was how my iron set looked, except I used dwarf. But I didn't spend too much on it, so I'll be showing a list of what enchants you need for each set here. So here's the helmet, chestplate, pants, and boots. And then the sword / axe, you can do some different builds. Here's my sword build right now. It is currently in the progress, so it's trap 3 and injury 6. I would recommend injury 6 if you want to go for the damage set. So there are two sets. I talked about the first one, dwarf set, which makes you take a lot less damage, which is ideal for bandits and pretty good for PvP. There is the other one, which is the best PvP set, is fairy set. It recently got buffed, so it does outgoing damage as well as speed and dodge, which is really OP. But yeah, basically this gives you, I think it's, okay, that's 7, that's, yeah, 15% more damage and a good amount of speed and a good and decent amount of dodge, which is really OP. So that's what I'm going for right now. So if you want to focus on PvP, I would recommend buying a fairy set, even though it's more expensive. If you just want to farm bandits, I would go for a dwarf set. It does also work for PvP. But if you go for dwarf set, this is how your sword will look, which is a bit different for if you go for fairy, like you can see here. So the difference is basically the legendary enchant, which is lifesteal over injury if you want to go for dwarf, and injury over lifesteal if you go for fairy set. The reason behind that is because lifesteal is really OP. Let's say you take 5 damage and you're down to, let's say, 17 hearts, and you can just lifesteal up because you take less damage, so you're basically just invincible. At least it feels like you're really tanky. But if you are you're pretty squishy, you're pretty you don't have too much health with the other set. It's 22% more damage to take, basically, if you compare the two sets. So you want to get as much help as possible from slowness and really use your speed as much as possible to kite the enemies and do those kind of things. I don't know how to explain it. It's I'll be showing some PvP clips. Like you can see, if you saw the Lost Wasteland, I was using a dwarf set, and sometimes it's really nice if you want to chase people to have injury, or just the fairy set in general. You can't really do that when you have a dwarf set, because you'll just be at the same speed. So yeah, bit of a downside. But if you're really good at PvP, I would say fairy is by far the best set, and that's just one man's opinion. But if you're not too comfortable with your PvP skills, I would say the dwarf is the best, and that's mostly because it's so much easier to farm bandits with. Some honorable mentions: if you decide to go in with your good set and you want to grind bandits, and you think, okay, I can tank the outsides really easy, so let me move to the middle. You gotta be really careful, because there is a lot of scums that will try to hit you. They will stand up in towers and actually, let me just show you. Alright, so I just went in a scav run because right now my own set is under construction, because I got scummed the other day and I lost my set, which feels really bad. And right now there's a lot of people complaining about it, and I think it's a big problem as well. That you can just be KB'd in by the biggest clan. It makes it pretty hard for a solo to PvP, especially because most of my PvP is solo. So let's see here. I just want to showcase what you need to be afraid of. So that's why I just went in a scavenger real quick. Alright, so if you're farming around the middle like this, you want to be spamming /near so you can see if there's anyone nearby. If you see someone, even though you can't see them like this, be really careful to be too close to the zone, because the way I got scummed is someone was on this tower, and when I ran by to kill these mobs, they just jumped down from up here. Just see, They basically just hit up here, and then when I killed mobs, they just jumped behind me with a KB sword and knocked me in the zone and killed me and took my set. So I'll just die. Alright. So you gotta be really careful for that. And that's both in iron and diamond. Right now it's mostly diamond, but so I just wanted to showcase that just so you don't lose lose your set on that way. I lost mine, so a big bum, but hey, we move on, be more on. If you have any questions to how to build a set, I'll be happy to help. If this was a bit confusing, just let me know. I'll try to take it a bit more slow in the future with these tutorial videos, because I don't know, I've never been like the best to explain stuff. Especially because it's really easy if you have the set, and that's why I wanted to wait with this video, but I just realized, I mean, I can just make it. I can just like put pictures in like you saw earlier in the video of how the gear should look, and yeah, I'll make videos on how I make my god set when I get the entire set. Right now I just need the helmet right now, and we got the full set. Things, yeah, I'm already working on my sword, so that is really good. My sword will be looking a bit different than what I would recommend to the normal person. That's because the meta right now is basically just resolved by the new item called Pain Cleaver, where you get like this is basically everyone's X. But the problem is, that's why I don't. Normally I would recommend to get Fanatic, which makes you do more damage to swords, but right now I would recommend Trap instead. One, it's cheaper, two, not many people have swords anyway, so if you want to build a sword which is a bit cheaper, I would definitely recommend to get Trap instead of Fanatic, especially if you do fairy set. But I think that's gonna be all for the video. I went over the 3 different sets you want. You want chain set, you want iron, and you want diamond. I would definitely recommend to invest mostly in diamond, but hey, if you don't feel like paying a lot, because I paid like a top rank for my adventure map because I bought it like the day after it came out. If you don't feel like that, just go all in on the iron set, and you will eventually make the money back. And let's say if you play with a friend or two, if you all have a perfect iron set, when all the top clans went into diamond, you can just go in chaotic zone and there will not be many to contest you, and then you can grind a lot of loot there. So it's not gonna be useless to have iron set, and it's definitely not a bad thing to invest in. I did as well, and I got so rich I could buy top rank and Bird Adventure map and much more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If this was helpful, let me know and I'll make more guides videos. I am currently working on best realms right now for grinding all through the map. So let me know if you want to see that. I am thinking about some other tutorial videos as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, let me know if you want to see more tutorials or you want to just see generally progressing on the island or stuff like that. I'm thinking about next season I want to make a let's play, but I just want to hear your thoughts on it. If you'd rather just me doing like these random videos on different things like PvP, then I'll do some tutorials, then I'll do some, yeah, here and there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.